In the year 1903, in a quiet corner of Europe, a renowned linguist was working late into the night, surrounded by ancient tomes and cryptic manuscripts. The world outside was changing, but inside his study, time seemed to stand still. Then, without warning, he vanished, leaving behind only a single, chilling sentence in his journal. The room was undisturbed, as if he had simply faded from existence, leaving his work unfinished and his secrets intact. His final journal entry, written in a trembling hand, read, "Do not say it, even reading it is dangerous." The words seemed to pulse with a warning, as if the ink itself carried a curse. The sentence was written in a language that no one recognized, a language that, according to legend, was never meant to be spoken aloud. Scholars who tried to decipher it reported strange dreams and a sense of dread. Some believed it was a language built to control the mind, or perhaps to destroy it. To this day, the linguist's disappearance remains unsolved, and his final warning echoes through the halls of history. Dr. Alaric Benhurst, a linguistic cryptologist, claimed to have found an ancient proto-language in cave symbols across Peru, Mongolia, and Madagascar. He called it Lemurian Syntax, and believed it was the original tongue of humanity. But, unlike other languages, this one wasn't for communication. It was designed to program behavior. Lemurian syntax had no verbs, no pronouns, no past or future tense, only commands and conditions, linguistic triggers that could bypass logic. Benhurst called it a spoken algorithm. One phrase caused researchers to go mute for days. Another made a translator believe his hands weren't real. In the year 1903, a determined scholar named Benhurst gathered a select team of linguists and researchers in a shadowy study driven by a singular obsession. He had discovered what he called the Null Phrase, a cryptic seven-word sentence rumored to possess the power to overwrite the very identity of anyone who dared to speak it aloud. The team's mission was simple, yet terrifying: translate the phrase and uncover its true meaning, no matter the cost. The days that followed were tense and unsettling. On the fifth day, 3 linguists abruptly quit, shaken by inexplicable nightmares and a growing sense of dread that seemed to seep from the very walls. On the 6th day, a 4th member vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a half-finished translation and a chilling silence that haunted the remaining team. By the 7th day, Benhurst himself was gone. All that remained was his journal, its most crucial page, the one containing the Null Phrase, carefully removed as if to protect others from its influence. Scrawled at the end was a final warning, written in a trembling hand: "It doesn't kill you, it replaces you." The experiment had begun, but its true cost was only just becoming clear. After Benhurst vanished without a trace, his groundbreaking research was immediately seized by British intelligence operatives. The authorities moved swiftly, gathering every scrap of his notes, journals, and experimental data, fearing the implications of what he had uncovered. All materials were classified under the enigmatic Protocol L13, a designation reserved for non-weaponizable cognitive threats, phenomena considered too dangerous for public knowledge, yet impossible to weaponize in conventional terms. To this day, no digital scans or copies are known to exist. The only surviving records are preserved on fragile microfilm, locked away in the deepest archives beneath the British Museum, far from prying eyes and curious minds. Gaining access to these archives is nearly impossible. It requires triple security clearance, a rigorous background check, and written approval from a certified linguistic ethicist, an expert in the ethical risks of language itself. Yet, despite these precautions, persistent rumors suggest that fragments of the Null Phrase have somehow leaked into the world, hidden in plain sight, embedded within modern advertising, waiting to be discovered by those who know where to look. A viral ad campaign in 2013 used shapes and sounds almost identical to Lemurian patterns. Dozens who saw it reported short-term memory loss, identity confusion, and, in one case, believing they were someone else entirely. The ad was pulled within 24 hours, the company was dissolved, no explanation was ever given. Is Lemurian syntax real, or just a cryptographic hoax? If it was designed to control or erase consciousness, who or what designed it? And most chilling of all, could speaking a sentence be all it takes to undo yourself? Words build our world, but some were never meant to be spoken. Subscribe to Chronicles Unveiled, where the forbidden histories and forgotten languages still whisper beneath the noise.